6:42 in the morning, 9th of February 2026. I coughed up something. It went down the drain really fast, but it was like big and green and like dark green, and maybe that's good. But yeah, are you getting better? Or I feel like if it mattered about my own health, I would need to stay here. My head still feels congested. My voice feels like it's kind of coming back though. Yeah, it was good to get that thing out. I've been taking expectorant, um, and naproxen, drinking this throat tamer tea. This isn't like my last day. Stuff is wet. Um, I really should have washed like the hoodie when I first got here, just to make sure that it's going to be dry. You are going to be, I mean, there's a blow dryer. It by like later this afternoon, I don't know, like 4 p.m. If it's like still so, I could try to use the blow dryer. Um, but yeah, I'm a little worried that just like keep wringing it out. Yeah, do I have to say this shit sucks? Um, right, where's the? There's not even water to wring out. It's just damp. The like hood. Um, I mean, I do feel like I need it. So yeah, I guess maybe it just doesn't make sense. I've already said this a bunch, but like you get a storage unit, they close at like 6 p.m. If I don't, for whatever reason, get a shelter bed, then I'm stuck somewhere with my stuff, or I'm stuck without my stuff. I mean, and you would just get kind of like trapped in a loop because you try to get a shelter bed again the next night. I don't know any other way. Um, there's supposed to be a new shelter that opens tonight, but I have the hotel room for another night. It's brand new. I don't know how much it's going to be like totally full. I don't even know if they do the same thing that the other place does, where like once you check in, as long as you keep coming back, you keep your same bed or not. I mean, frankly, I could use the sleeping pad thing at the other shelter. Um, I've already uploaded these two. Hold on. It's like just sleeping directly on a metal. There, now there's more space. Um, and I mean, yeah, I don't. Where else am I supposed to sleep? Like, there's either finding a place outside. I have no idea where, what corner, what place I could just like. I mean, you walk around and you see other tents. I don't have a tent. Like, I have to like make a tent with a tarp. Oh my god. The only reason someone thinks I'm stupid is that's just their own lame excuse. Like, how you're so dumb. We tried to like make you leave Portland for 5 years and you wouldn't leave. You're so dumb. You're a fucking fascist psychopath. Like, no, I'm not dumb. You know, right to fucking try to make me leave. It's like you're mad I would have forgotten you fucking existed and you acted like my whole life was about you. Um, what else? Yeah, I need some adult that cares about me to show up in my life. That is going to be able to call things what they are. Like, that's a scam. That was somebody trying to use you for money. That's coercion. That's social murder. Like, yeah. Um, they took what should have been the coolest situation ever and they ruined it for you on purpose. It's not ruined for other people. But yeah, well, it's not like there's nothing to stay here for. It's just someone ruined my experience. Um, yeah, I can see myself in a new apartment with no furniture, with just the stuff that I have right now. And like, yeah, being mad, but rehoused. And I have my stuff that I managed to save. And then what? They have rent assistance come through, disability somehow. Yeah, I guess I need to call disability. Um, yeah, this motherfucker should have had her connected up to all sorts of services, and they completely dropped the ball on purpose. Um, I get plagued by people who are absolutely vicious and just really have nothing to do. It wasn't for some better purpose. It wasn't for some artistic endeavor, even, which would also have been fucked up. It wasn't for science. It wasn't for even some level of politics because they don't have that kind of power. They're just bored and have an income and decided to fuck with you. See what they could get out of it. It's a really sad story. Yet my brain keeps jamming on like, okay, get a storage unit and put your stuff in it. What you want to do is separate what you're gonna stick in a bag and carry around with you. Now you have a poncho and an umbrella. Oh my god, how much like, oh, you really shouldn't want to be caught dead with an umbrella. I mean, it has to have been like the cruelest joke that like I'm not gonna fit in if I use a fucking umbrella. Like I'm gonna be rejected if I use a fucking umbrella when I'm homeless and they kick you out at 6 o'clock in the morning and I have to find somewhere to sit with my backpack and a bag. Like, what the fuck? And I mean, it's like, shouldn't there be another option besides that one shelter? Yeah, I know, right? That's just like the only thing. Like, I've slept there twice. And that's what I'm saying too. Like, how do you know you didn't get sick? I got a, hold on, because I sent it to somebody. I mean, it's like an official, they did like a nose swab COVID test thing. And it was supposed to like, I'm looking for the laundry. Where's the fucking, that's so cute, but it just sent the picture without putting words on it, so I can't. That's not a picture. What the fuck? That is a picture. It's just not fucking opening. I hate this thing. It's really stupid. So here. Influenza, A and B, SARS, COVID 2, RSV, RNA panel, COVID negative, influenza, A and B negative, RSV negative. That was the picture. So, yeah. I can barely see it. Whatever, it's good enough. Get the words dastardly plan. There's something about what is it, business? There's a special wording to it. Just like bad business, not bad for business, bad, some nefarious business kind of thing. Just shit that you just shouldn't be having to deal with at all. I was being harassed for 5 years by total strangers. The way that you don't care is in of itself some kind of proof of like, yeah, I mean, you might as well, what are you in on it? Yeah, it wasn't just COVID and it wasn't just the protests or whatever the fuck, the hijacking of the protests. It was direct harassment from neighbors in the building. Yeah, maybe if it had only been coming from outside, it would have even felt different. Yeah, I think it's a way to hijack your life, make you have to fight about something else, and you don't tell the story of your life that much. You're busy over here dealing with some other side quest shit. So yeah, you have to find a way to like say everything. It used to be like, um, how do I say everything all at once? You can make a timeline. Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Oregon. All the tomorrows that are possible. I every single day, everything I say is like of no consequence. It doesn't go anywhere. Nobody hears me. There's just a little crew of dickheads that like won't leave me alone. That pretending themselves into oblivion. What it seems like. Yeah, the level of comfort I'm experiencing right now, in contrast to how, I mean, it's supposed to rain like all week. There's like a couple days, and then the rest of it said rain. I feel like you're definitely going to get worse sick because they don't let you really sleep. It's like the most bare minimum sleep. And then you get thrown out in the rain at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know somewhere else to sleep. I don't know how I'm supposed to pick myself up out of that. Yeah, it's raining now. You would have been stuck in the rain all weekend if they hadn't paid for the hotel. And what? Oh my God, I'm so glad I bought tarps. Didn't the tarps seem really silly when I had housing? But that's how much, like, it's been a threat. They were going to do this shit to me for years. Yeah, again, some adult shows up in your life finally, and they're like, yeah, this is, they were trying to have you find money in your own life. And that's why everybody cut off contact with you, whether they have money or not, whether there was any chance of them helping you or not. They try to use you like an anteater. And so, in some way, it's good if people leave me the fuck alone or keep a distance or something. But I need their help. I mean, I really need help. Maybe that's what, I don't see how leaving Portland is going to change shit either. But like, why somebody wants me to leave Portland so fucking much? They think of it as like something that's here that was doing that. I don't know. I mean, it's just a theory that could be part of the situation. That's so fucked up. Yeah, now it's like, how am I supposed to get help? I have to ask for help. I don't just want to die, thanks. Yeah, the idea that eventually you're going to get stuck with the people that were fucking with you in the first place. And then you'll know who was fucking with you in the first place. But that's what I mean. Like, it's somebody, they don't care about anything. They didn't have some higher purpose. It wasn't for art. It wasn't for politics, even though that would still be corrupt and unethical. It wasn't for something worthwhile. They're just like fucking gold diggers trying to sniff out potential, like, Yeah, if I was writing a bigger social story, it's like maybe that's why society splits up so much. Because there's people that don't have anything who would never do that, but there's some that would just like, to me, there was assistance programs. I wasn't asking people for money. Like, there's a GoFundMe, but I wasn't actively like, please directly help me. I need, like, it was more of a, I put up an update and I share my link and hope somebody cares. Until you got like really, really desperate because they threw me out. Well, there's some shit like the stipulated agreement thing, which again, all of this was not the right, like it's like dominoes of not the right thing. But I had a good lawyer. I think they'd explain that. But it's like I needed to give them $100 on November 25th or something. It seems like you could have just asked somebody for $100 then, right? But there was assistance programs. I mean, it's like you also knew there was no way for me to do that. You used like the illegal lawfare thing to fucking destroy me. The idea you should have done everything in your power to get them $100, and then it was what followed up by hundreds of dollars really soon after that. It was like just trying to sniff out whether you could even. They knew I didn't have any money. I've been living there for 10 years. They should have just kept me housed. They say that they try to keep you housed. It feels like they took the entire situation out of the hands of the thing that opened it, that was supposed to be about, yeah, they got government funding to open that place as like a low income housing, helping vulnerable people thing. I mean, plain and clear. And then you spent like 5 years trying to throw me out after I lived there for 5 years. So then it's like 10 years of living there. Half of that time, somebody was fucking with me in a way that no one should have ever been. I'm trying to. Things went by really quickly. Well, by the time they evicted me, it was like multiple. Yeah, the way they even set it up, you don't think it's funny? They put 1492. They somehow divided it so that it would be 1492. It doesn't even reflect correctly on their ledger thing. And something is just like deeply wrong. And I thought I was going to get that assistance program that just pays all back rent. Yeah, and what is that like? It never opened. It never opened. I've been talking to them since December. And then you can look at that $106 million thing. Because I've been asking for help for a long time. I shouldn't have lost my housing. It is the purpose of where I lived, and the only reason I hesitate to harp on that is because somebody lives in like a at market rate apartment or something somewhere, and they don't deserve to get like screwed out of their life either. But I mean, it's the purpose of where I lived was for low income, vulnerable people, and it had a services thing that was supposed to help keep you housed. And they kept saying that I had to meet with them in person, and then at the very end said they acknowledged that I couldn't leave my apartment. It is like they just read that letter I sent them a million times and glazed over it. Or, well, yeah, you forced me out of my room and I got sick like immediately. Of course I did. Of course I'm glad it's not worse. I feel like it could obviously get worse. But whatever, even though this panel thing says negative, like I obviously am sick in some way. I just coughed a gob of green stuff out of my fucking lung. I've been barely able to talk since the 4th. You can stress somebody out to death. If you're saying that I just got so stressed out, I'd like it's like having some kind of like allergic reaction. And then, yeah, the bottom of my foot, obviously, that wouldn't have happened if I'd been walking around for 5 years. I had not walked outside in 5 years. I could barely walk when they threw me out. I've said over and over again, it took 2 hours to walk what should have taken 20 minutes. 2 hours. I needed like physical therapy, like when I broke my ankle. I've never been super athletic. Yeah, this idea of like, well, you'll get a gym membership. So for showers and lockers, and they have a pool. I mean, who knows if like that's even like a terrible idea? Who knows? Yeah, the one day I was drenched in sweat, and it was raining, and it was cold. I've had chronic bronchitis, and it started with a similar. I got drenched in the rain and was sitting out for 3 hours. And then I was coughing for 6 months. I mean, that's it. Apparently how you diagnose chronic bronchitis. It's like yeah, coughing for 6 months. That's the chronic part about it, or whatever. Um, I don't, I see myself, yeah, it's just like there's like a bundle of underwear. Should I try to wash it right now and hang it up to dry? Is it going to be dry? But like if you go back and forth from that storage unit, at some point you're going to have to do laundry again, obviously. Anyway, I mean, it's like it's not, oh, just make sure this is clean so that you'll have clean stuff to take from. You need to do laundry somewhere somehow. There's supposed to be laundry services, yeah, and I have no idea how that works out. I've been doing my stuff in a bathtub for 5 years. I didn't even use the fucking building's laundry stuff and hanging it up to dry for 5 years. They did that. Someone isn't going to help you because they hurt you and you won't shut up about it. There's no way to shut up about it now, especially. I lost everything. There's no way you really thought I should shut up about it. They thought they were just going to come up with a bad story, like as if anybody listens to you. Nobody cares what I have to say. Like, oh, if we give her a bad experience in Portland and she writes about how shitty her life was, maybe people will stop coming here or something and they can have it to themselves. No one cares like that. I mean, there was even something that said more people were moving to Oregon than like any other state in the country. Let me see if I can find it. Inbound out of state, 65% of moves being arrivals in 2025. Yeah, young people coming in. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've said what I said it already. Like, I'm practical, focus, fuck everything else. Like, you need to keep your stuff together somehow. Um, yeah, what are we gonna do today? It's like 3 in the, well, it's like 2:27 a.m. It's 2:27 a.m. There's no caffeine in this tea. I don't want to stay up all night. I need more sleep. Sleeping recharges like I can feel the difference all through my body. I need to sleep. I need to really sleep. Um, Sleeping is absolutely necessary, and I'm so sick of people that like have some demented concept about sleep. I don't know what you're on, but I don't want any, and I need to sleep. Or, I mean, yeah, you do some things that you don't need. I mean, I drink coffee, but you still need to sleep. It must just be like a stupid way to fuck with people's heads. Yeah, you fuck with them about eating, you fuck with them about sleeping. What else? Like, you just bully people about basic, like, human stuff. Um, yeah, somebody really trying to make it seem like you're not worth regular human existence or something. It's just bullshit. But like everybody needs to sleep and everybody needs to eat. You're not somehow a drain on anything. Yeah, again, like you see people with different levels of issues wonder how much they ever got to sleep that night. It's gonna be like a really big part of how I can feel it in myself. Like I'm just not as smart. I'm not as like able to think. Like you go on like an autopilot mode. Um, oh my god, I don't want to. Like, if it was just a matter of like begging strangers online for money and just collecting enough money to stay in the fucking hotel, there isn't like this is it, right? I don't even have the chat thing up. If somebody was messaging me, there wouldn't there also be like a notification or something. I don't think anybody's messaged me. Um, yeah, the one time that somebody donated, it was like a weird amount of money. They donated $58 and I got 56 of it after GoFundMe took a piece. That's the only time anybody's ever donated through Twitch. I don't know what else to do. I'm totally free. Yeah, I'm freaking out a little bit. If they could say, well, we're going to get you a hotel room for a week, once a month, at least you'd have some idea of like, well, that's when I'm going to be able to sleep and do laundry and get some stuff done or something. There's nothing that says that they're offering to pay a storage unit and a gym membership. Yeah, there's some idea of feeling like a willingness to facilitate a situation that like they're not, as if it's like a fantasy for them. Let's have her live this thing and see how it works. We'll pay for that. And we'll pay to watch her suffer through whatever the fuck happens. We'll pay for that. I don't know. Yeah, the entire thought process was centered around a different shelter, too, that I haven't even been to. Might not have space to get in. Yeah, my brain is like lost in the woods. Everything feels difficult and scary. I don't know which way I'm going. And yes, yeah, somebody takes advantage of that. They're like, haha, you're lost. And then yeah, I don't want someone to do fucked up stuff to me. Um I really don't want to go back to the shelter. It's just like, where are you gonna stay? I have no idea. I have no idea, and I don't know how severely, like, if someone's targeting me, obviously it can be so much worse than what it would have, like, what someone should expect if they were in the same situation. Like, you shouldn't even compare it if somebody's targeting me on purpose. Like, trying to use you to build a story. It's fucked up. Yeah, there's that too. I mean, my body still hurts. It feels like things are bruised down to the bone. Well, I don't physically feel awesome and rested and better. I feel like sore. I am upset at the idea. Like, you didn't really have me lose my housing because I didn't come talk to you. You wrote me off as a person because the basis of my disability issue even was like, well, no, it's not just the disability. It was all the events that led up through 2020. I mean, that exacerbated my disability because I wasn't stuck in my house like that. And then what came at, yeah, it's not just 2020, it's what's after that. People have been fucking around. Like, people came up with a clever way to disguise some that. What is that thought process? You know, it's if somebody else understands my situation better than I even do, I wish they would like help me instead of feeding me lines to say. Practical. What do you need? I need to be rehoused. I don't really understand how that could work unless somebody helps me. I'm doing such a good job of not having stuff go everywhere. Right. We made you need our help. You're totally fine by yourself. And that someone's gonna do fucked up stuff to you. They already did do fucked up stuff to me. This was fucked up. Unless I can find a spot that has an outlet, which I don't think so. Um, you know what? You can't expect me to like live stream 24/7 my whole experience. I'm not gonna have battery. There's gonna be places I don't want to take my stuff out. Um, Potentially, yeah, raining especially. I'm seeing, yeah, there's a lot of different possible situations. I don't know what one is more realistic to expect right now. Well, yeah, I absolutely got sick and then I got hurt. That's already happened. Like from the moment they removed me from my unit, I got sick and I got hurt. And then got in a lot of ways wrapped up with people that I wasn't talking to. Well, yeah, people I didn't know at all, but like also people that I wasn't talking to. Some not because of yeah, there's a cluster of different things going on. Like one person's been helping me actually, but we didn't talk that much. Um, they were just helping me. I think they've donated to my GoFundMe like 4 times. Somebody else, we weren't talking, but there wasn't like, yeah, they sent me something months ago that said like Zelle. They were going to send me a Zelle thing. And it didn't seem like it was them. And apparently it was. Yeah, the idea some people want to direct a narrative. And they I don't know what it is that they thought. I don't know. That's just a thought process that's coming out of Well, I'm trying to remember how I felt when there was that like thing before. Okay, I remember feeling angry. Um, the idea that you should have just accepted their help and not questioned it before. Something just didn't feel right. And yeah, again, I am in a position like I need your help. And I hate being in this position because I feel like I can't even think for myself. Um, and then someone else that like I really was not talking to. And now I guess they've helped me the most since well, financially. Well, at this point, what was I ever supposed to do to help you in your situation? Either. Like, yeah, that's just coming from a sense of reciprocity. If somebody helps you, you don't owe them money back. It's a gift, etc. But like, there's some kind of sense that now they own you a little bit, and how they wield that feeling of ownership. And I should have just gotten assistance programs. I should have gotten assistance programs months ago, and I'd still have my apartment. Right? I was stuck in a way. I mean, I'm not less stuck. You're just like making me sick. Like, here I am not being at full health, like right now in this moment. But oh man, I went to the library. You got me to go to the library and be outside, and I'm fucking sick. Like, yeah, I hope it doesn't get worse. I hope I don't just fucking end up dying. I think it's entirely predictable that you'd at least get a cold at minimum. Like, whatever the fuck. Again, the doctor person said that it was stress. And then they did this flu thing. I have to pee. couple other. I did have the world's fastest period. Like, I think it's over. Um, Unless it does like a sneak attack. Um, what did I get here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. When did I start staying in the hotel again? Monday night? Or Tuesday night? Like, I was supposed to leave on the 6th. 1, 2, 3. It must have been Monday night. And I spent Saturday and Sunday night at the shelter. And then had spent, yeah, the first 2 days were on somebody's couch who I didn't know. And then, stuff in my throat. I don't want to just like suck it down. I want to get it out of my body. Um, that does keep going through my mind. That somebody, I don't know why you think that though. Well, it was 27 fucking degrees the night of the 21st. I'm thinking this thought process isn't helping me at all. It's not getting me anywhere, but it said it was 27 degrees. 2025 to 6, I mean. What was... This is 36 to... I'd have it saved where it said it was 27 degrees. don't know how to read this. Saying it was in the 40s. Where do you have it saved? It's here somewhere. Just it is really annoying. Maybe it's on my phone. I mean, I remember it because it felt like a big deal. This is 33 degrees, but what day? January 23rd. I think it was something I saved on my laptop. I found it on the night of January 21st, 28 to 32 degrees. I did save it. See? I'm not a fucking idiot. And I don't just make stuff up. I did think it was 27, but it says some areas hitting 28 degrees. Close enough. It wasn't, 40 something feels way far off from what I was saying. It's still cold, but not like 20 something degrees cold. There it is. 2:53. The dew point. Is that just like wind chill? They can't change the temperature. Don't cry. Well, I'm not lying. He said, look like you were exaggerating or something. Yeah, 37 degrees. Yeah, that says 37. 27 on the bottom. Like the day before was 27. 34, 37, 34. It was 27 again on Saturday. I need to go back to sleep. Oh my god. It's the weekend. Yeah, there's not gonna be some update to this. Unless it's later on this morning. It's these two things. The way it could feel like someone just rubbing their hands together, being like, haha, we got that bitch homeless. We made her homeless. Haha. That can't be right. Like, yeah, it makes me my stomach nauseate. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You get a storage unit, put stuff in it. Hope you don't lose it. Make a bag that you take around with you. I mean, the best, I have a suitcase that I can kind of use like to help me walk. The cart is obviously like even better for that. It's like to lean on. Um, but they're saying, yeah, I already brought the suitcase with me to a shelter. I know that it's fine. It's also like has like a waterproof outside, like, but yeah, I have to unpack it, repack it as like, I mean, it just feels a little bit like, I really don't want to go back. I don't want to get sick. Like, people are coughing all night long. The idea that this screening thing came back as like I'm fine is almost like crazy. We want to make you live a secret life because people that live secret lives are shady. The fuck? Come on, would you hide your life some more? Then we can act like you have something to hide. What do I do now? I'm just getting stressed and I'm tired. My body's obviously pushing stuff out of it. I don't know. Yeah, when I do this, it's like I just want a solution. I want to have thought my way through a better situation. I mean, what are, again, practical focus? Like, you need somewhere to sleep, you need somewhere to go pee, you're gonna need food, and you need a place to put your stuff because you can't. I don't know if I even physically can tie the two carts together or something and push them. I don't know. Especially if you are like sick and weak, and I could push one. No, I don't know anybody well enough to be like, can you keep my stuff for me that lives in Portland? I mean, that friend that came and helped out, they took a box of stuff, and I kept telling him, like, I mean, yeah, I want my stuff back, but I'm not expecting. Because I've done that. I've left a box of stuff with people before. I'm never going to see that stuff again. Pretty sure. But it's just more like, well, at least it didn't get thrown away. Because, I mean, that's an they might just throw everything away. They might take it and try to, yeah, whatever they do. They say they donate it, but like, take it and have someone else pick it up, and then they sell it. You know what? The idea that some guy just wanted to rip through all of your stuff. It's crazy. This was heartless. Yeah. All that woman has to do is admit that she was fucking with me. Just admit that she was fucking with me. And it would change my whole life. Blame it on dementia. I don't fucking care, but admit that you're fucking with me. Yeah, this wasn't some two-way street thing. No, I feel like people found a way to ruin my life. I'm scared of what else they're gonna do. I at least would be helpful to know who they work for. If they just took it upon themselves, if they are directly connected to something. If I was writing a story about it, there's all they work for the government, they work for a company, they work for someone that used to be a boss, they work for a certain political group or not, or a church, or I don't, yeah, on behalf of the city or something. I don't. Wow, I'm even more tired just suddenly than ever. I'm so scared of what. That's not scared, isn't the right word. It's not like trembling in a corner. It's like horrified, terrorized. I need another word for it. Like you just look ahead and the things that could go wrong, and you're like, oh my God, no. The idea that I'm gonna just sleep a few more hours, wake up, and somehow have it dawned on me some solution I hadn't thought of. Like it dawned on me that I should just try to get an apartment. Is that so fucking stupid? There's something that keeps pushing a button in my head that's like, you should call this person. That, like, again, you kind of like closed that door. Yeah, kind of on purpose, you know? I mean, stuff felt weird. And the idea that now you'd have, again, they get like a hero's tale because you have to call them and ask them for help. And then, like, the situation I was in, you don't think they played some part in that? The fuck? It does suck because it's like they should know some stuff and be able to help me. And the idea that they hate your guts is even more terrifying in a way. Yeah, they also seemed like weirdly trying to label you as like mentally ill in ways that you weren't. And I like kind of blew it off and didn't take it really seriously, but like, were they always trying to make it seem like I had a mental health issue I didn't have? No, I was like, I'm scared to bring them up. I don't know what to do. Yeah, like it feels a bunch of like strings attaching to me and I can't get them away. Her blindness is our gain. Cool, asshole. It's really stupid bit of dialogue. Yeah, blind in what way? I needed a genuine, well intentioned, smart advocate person who was like on the same page as me about things. Yeah, on the same page and also understood even better how to articulate just what has gone wrong here. I don't know why closing the window suddenly made me like so much more tired. Maybe I should keep it popped open. Yeah, I feel uncomfortable and worried. I'm also angry that that's exactly how somebody wants you to feel uncomfortable and worried. They totally get what they wanted from your life. There's storage units, there's shelters, there's trying to get rehoused. You're not leaving Portland to just go be homeless in another city you've never been in. Yeah, do you also understand the idea that somebody like wants it to look like you ran away? They wanted that 5 years ago. That you ran away and moved to another city. I'm not leaving. I have no intention of leaving. I have nothing to run away from, asshole. I'm not lying about anything. There's nothing to lie about. What is there to lie about? Everything is in my favor to tell the truth about my situation. You just don't care. It makes it seem like you're in on it. But I mean, it's like on the arc of history or whatever, like the truth of my situation works in my favor, you fucking moron. Yeah, I don't see how it's ever not going to be that way. There's the idea that no one cares about your story as a person, that it's just not something that's valued, and so that's why it's a joke. But yeah, that it would be valued by the right people. And I don't have some weird fame. I don't know, another generation only thought about stuff in terms of getting famous and what that meant to them. And like, it just wasn't, I might as well be from another planet or another timeline. And in my universe, like, it's like Hassan Piker. Like, you can just like show your face and say your name and talk about politics and show where you're going and like live stream your life. It's not weird or celebrity status or Yeah, there's Bandcamp and YouTube and TikTok, and I mean, people just like live, they have a face and a name, and they contribute to culture, art, and science. It's one of the universal human rights. And you just like live out loud. It's not about getting a contract or a deal or becoming famous, or it's like everybody does this. Everybody can write and everybody can make music and everybody can have a political opinion. It didn't mean you were going to be the president. It didn't mean you're supposed to sign $1 million contract or that you would expect that. It didn't, like, it's just not the same thought process. It's like everybody can have a fucking band camp. Everybody. And so, yeah, it's like somebody trying to invest in, I don't know, gold comes to mind. And it's like it used to be really valuable. And now it's like the best thing you can do with gold is it's like it's used in computers and stuff as a um, conduit for electricity or whatever. Like, no one really cares about gold like that, or they didn't until you try to convince them that they shouldn't. Yeah, there's some guy that just got busted. Something about gold bars. Um, Flew across the country to pick up $8 million in gold bars. Time served as a courier in a scheme. I'm not sure exactly what the scheme was. Often elderly people converting their savings into gold bars for safekeeping, and then sent people to collect the gold bars. They got people to think that they needed to invest in gold bars, and it's just like ridiculous. Right, yeah, you could bring it back around to the Yuval Harari greatest story ever told thing. Regardless of religion, race, or gender, everyone kind of believes or plays into this science fiction about money. It has no intrinsic value but it has a shared trust concept. So people just, I mean, they don't know any other way. Um, and whether it's cryptocurrency or gold or boogers, you pick your nose, you say, this is worth $1,000,000. And if other people say, yeah, sure, it's worth $1,000,000 or whatever, like conversion of, I was trying to outline this before, like, food, medicine, those things have like genuine value. Um, Maybe someday they'd say, like, this is worth an ounce of ginger or something, or an ounce, like, um, instead of dollars. Yeah, or this is worth an hour of work doing laundry. Yeah, I don't know, something that can be like kind of standardized. Because, I mean, that's what has like real value to it. Um, well, if I'm not feeling well and it's really slow, my hour doing laundry is going to be different than your hour doing laundry. And you've got machines, and, you know, you could do so much more than I could by hand. But that's what I mean. Like, you standardize something differently at some point. Otherwise, yeah, it's all just like picking your nose and saying it's worth whatever. Yeah, I'm like losing oxygen. So, I mean, maybe I should keep the fucking window open. Something strange how much, like, as soon as I shut it, I felt like I was going to pass out. Yeah, just, I guess I gotta get a storage unit and just think of it like it's for a month. And just give yourself a month and have that stuff someplace. It still does not make any damn sense though. Like, and yeah, I'm being very sincere. I think laying the sleeping pad I have down somewhere, like on top of it, like a tarp, and then the sleeping pad thing. And I think it's probably just as comfortable as the beds in the shelter, or at least the one shelter I was staying at. And the idea that you're more safe in the shelter, though, it's heated, it has a bathroom. I don't know. Yeah, I keep seeing this girl walking through between the beds in the middle of the night, going like jamming her arms down over top people. She did it to me. Another girl flicked me in the face with her blanket. Um, in the middle of the night, like just like I'm sleeping with my glasses on and a face mask on. And I do have like a even more serious kind of face mask thing that I could wear. But at some point, though, it seems like you're being kind of a bitch. I guess I'm just like trying to stay safe, but I don't know what that. Yeah, just to make yourself more like. I don't really care about look at the weirdo, but that it sends like a message that you think everyone's disgusting or something. And that's not really it. I mean, what people needed is some kind of like, I think a lot of those people could be on disability assistance and in an apartment. Whatever the fuck is going on with them. Like, they needed like medical attention and they could have been on disability. And if disability paid enough, they have an apartment. Um, I think, yeah, unless something else has gone awful wrong in their life, and you'd have to know on a person by person basis. And if that's not a thing, then I guess maybe it should be a thing that you have like a form of assistance that just straight up pays for someone to be housed. Because, I mean, I don't know how, unless something isn't what it seems, those women, it's like a lot of the same women every day. At least like the first, let's say 20 women that line up for a bed, it's like the same people every day. Um, wouldn't they rather be in their own apartment? Or in a care thing where they have like a private room, maybe for a couple people. That makes, again, I don't know them enough to make such a judgment, but like a couple people come to mind that maybe they need like a stationed nurse, um, that, yeah, they have difficulty living alone, but I mean, they could still have like a private space. I think everyone deserves a private space, especially when you talk about people getting sick. COVID itself is a fucking nightmare. Right? That means you need a worker that cares about people, that isn't getting burned out. At some point, it's like, who's supposed to do that job? Everybody wants to live their own life just like you do. And some people are like, that's their calling in life to like care for others, like medically. Um, it's not just a job that they got and they hate it or something. Um, but that they're in short supply. And yeah, they'd be working for something that's paying them a lot of money. Whether the government's going to do that or not is, who knows. Um, I guess you're used to the idea of thinking like, government cheese is worse than like name brand cheese. You know what I mean? Like the government version is like the generic. It's supposed to be just as good, but it's the generic brand of something. Um, I guess like just taught to think that way. I'm so tired. I'm like suspicious about how tired I am. Like I got just suddenly the life knocked out of my. I'm scared to go to sleep. 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. The apartments I applied to don't even open till 10 a.m. The idea that, yeah, I mean, you can hold on to all the hope you want, but you really think they're going to call you back at 10 a.m.? You'll call them at 10 a.m. They have a room open and they're going to give it to you so that you're not homeless, and they're going to wait for assistance programs. Or you're going to finagle something with someone else to pay whatever they're going to say they want so that you can just move in. I mean, I can beg and plead all I like. I mean, I do feel like that would be the most glorious fucking. And they're just like, yeah, you can move in today. Bring your stuff. Here's your key. We'll figure out the details in the coming months. You sign a lease, and then now you've got a bathroom and a room again. I don't care if it's a studio. I don't care if it doesn't have its own kitchen. I just want like a bathroom. I can get a mini fridge, like, or something at some point. I can deal with it. Yeah, I already made all my food like ramen in a rice maker anyway. And then you can forward all your mail, and you have like a set place to be and a locked door. And yeah, you're going to be sleeping on the floor. I can't even set up the hammock. Lost 2/3 of my stuff. And yet there's still going to be some sense of having to like leave the house in a way that you weren't before. You're not going to just like crawl in a hole and stay there. You still got to go out and do stuff. I mean, somehow, like, I need to go get my bank card from the bank. I need to, um, that's like the first thing in my head. Like, I need to get my new bank card. Yeah, you have to set up internet again, or you go to the library for internet. I might just have to go to the library for internet. At least, yeah. It is kind of weird. I even recorded the phone call. Can't, like, I had to close my internet out. And now they've sent me like two. Yeah, I did that, and then I called them and canceled it. And they've sent me two We received your cancellation request. We're on it. We received your cancellation request. We're on it. Saturday and Sunday. Isn't that kind of weird? I don't have equipment to return. I used my own router. Okay, I have to do that too. What? Whatever. Just some bogus bullshit. Something about getting deleted. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up. Like, fucking asshole is trying to make me look like I'm crazy. So, yeah. Yeah, I want a bathroom. I want to not be exposed to a million things all day long until I get sick and die. After I was isolated for 5 fucking years. Like, again, if it was 5 years ago, maybe shit would be different. But, I mean, this is just like an evil nightmare. Like how scared I would be about getting sick. I mean, the proof is already, like, I've documented it in the recordings. I got sick. Whether that thing says, I mean, I didn't get sick with that stuff. My sister keeps pushing that, like, yeah, that's a viral scan, but bacterial and fungal, wasn't tested for, like, I mean, that the idea that it's more than just stress. I don't know, maybe I also needed to cough something out of my body, but I don't know why. It's like I was kind of fine until the day I had to get the stuff out of my apartment, the 4th. And then it was like leaving the building on the 4th. My voice went to shit. And yeah, my friend didn't get sick. I feel like if it was something in the building, they would have gotten sick too. Look, we were trying to get you to trade places with this girl that we had screaming outside your building years ago. And I feel like I found every possible way that you can't just, like, do that without getting obviously caught. So, I mean, fuck your little scam. Get over it already. I think I was in the middle of talking about, the timeline I'm from. You could live your life out loud with your real name and face and birthday. And that it's good and you should. And someone can't fuck with you the same way that they would have wanted to try to. Yeah, I'm Laura Linda Gamari. It's my face at 36. And, I was born December 25th, 1989. I have a birth certificate and a social security number and a bud tending license and a driver's license. And I have a medical history and a credit history and and archives of my own stuff. And there's stamps on the internet that say I existed. There's yearbooks and other archives and other people's memories and minds. And what else is out there that's like, oh, that was this bitch and she existed, and you're not going to mix her up with somebody else. I think I'm just going to go to sleep for now. It is 3:57 in the morning, 9th of February 2026. 2028. Why would it? I wonder what 2028 is going to be like. Yeah, could you, all that stuff I was talking about the last couple of years and then blah, 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 blah. Here's all the other new stuff from the rest of 2026 and 2027. Do you see yourself in a hotel room? Do you see yourself in an apartment? I honestly did see myself like a flash of something. Like there's a bureau and a mirror. It could be a hotel room. It could be an apartment. It could be, maybe it's somebody else's house. But when I said 2028, I did seriously get like a little, it doesn't have to mean anything. You don't have to take it so seriously, but there was like an image of me. Was I sitting on a bed? And a bureau with a mirror. Again, it could be a hotel room. It could be an apartment. You don't have to take it so serious. But yeah, in some kind of situation inside. Yeah, I don't think that's not the furniture I would pick. So it makes it seem like it's probably somebody else's. Whether it's a hotel or it's somebody else's room or something. But that did go through my mind when I said 2028. No, I don't think I'm not in a position to drive right now. I haven't driven in years. Um, yeah, if I could practice with somebody else's car, maybe that would be like helpful just to like, but the idea that you're going to just get in a car and drive away. I mean, last night I was having like spots in my eyes and stuff. Um, I haven't driven in years. You need a lot of like sensory awareness. I'm tired and I don't know. It seems like a really bad idea. And I mean, it's like it's to leave town. It's not to do like inner city traffic driving and like otherwise just walk or take the fucking max. Like I have been for a decade, over a decade since 2012. Like walk or take the max. I haven't had to deal with traffic like in downtown Portland or something. You'd end up living in a car on the edge of town. Yeah, doesn't that feel like the same thing? They ran you out of town. Somebody has been like, you can't live here for some reason, and like didn't let you live here. Yeah, go live at a campground or something. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I feel like I'm set up as bait. But you also could think of it like you were set up as a test of other people and how much they like let shit fucking happen to you and didn't stand up for what was right and were complicit to save their own ass. You're the test. And someone else is taking notes about the way people deal with me. That still feels unethical, but is a little bit different than your bait and they don't care what happens to the bait. But it's kind of the two sides of the same idea. It's about seeing what other people are going to do. Great, now I'm scared that I'm so tired. It's 4:04 a.m. Universal human rights or everything is bullshit.